I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Hi, I'm Luke Ryan for JoBlo.com and welcome to Movie Endings Explained, where we'll be taking a look at some of the more ambiguous and discussed movie endings that have left audiences debating their true meaning long after the credits have rolled. Today we're going to be looking at the desert island drama from 2000, Castaway. Directed by Robert Zemeckis, starring Tom Hanks and, well, mainly just Tom Hanks, the film was a big success and touched a chord with audiences around the world for a variety of reasons. It even boosted the number of applicants for jobs at FedEx by 30%, though the film was in no way sponsored by the company. While the ending of the movie didn't exactly leave people scratching their heads, it left many audiences wanting for a more cut and dry resolution to the story, so let's take a look. Tom Hanks plays Chuck Noland, a systems engineer. His job is to travel around the globe attempting to improve productivity and timeliness at FedEx depots. At Christmas, Chuck has to go to Malaysia suddenly, leaving his partner Kelly disappointed and frustrated in his absence over the holiday period. The plane he's on goes through a storm and crashes into the Pacific Ocean. Chuck survives and ends up on an uninhabited island along with a smattering of FedEx packages, which he opens to hopefully find anything that could be of use to him. Yet he stops with the last package that has a drawing of angel wings on the front and decides not to open it. For the next 4 years he survives on the island, and as memorable as the Wilson volleyball was, we're focusing on the ending here, so let's just skip to the end. Chuck is eventually rescued by a passing ship on his raft and is returned back to the populated world, but not back to normalcy. Chuck has to adjust to a lot of things, most of all the fact that his long-term partner Kelly has married and had a daughter, as all had assumed he was dead. At this point, Chuck had still held on to the Angel Wings package and for 4 years never opened it. Whatever was inside could have helped him, or it could have been useless. The added personal touch of the drawing on the box, and probably the fact that it was the last package he had left, likely caused Chuck to leave it unopened as a way to hold on to hope. Much like his driven sense of pride and duty in his job, the crazy idea of keeping the package unsealed and delivering it back to the sender one day was a beacon of his own personal determination to survive. In the film's final scene, we find Chuck in Texas attempting to deliver the package to the sender's address, but no one is home, so he leaves it along with a note at the door. He ends up at a crossroad, unsure of where to go next, the rest of his life wide open to be explored in any direction he chooses.
You look lost.
I do?
Where are you headed?
Well, I was just about to figure that out.
Well, that's 83 South. And this road here will hook you up with I-40 East. If you turn right, that'll take you to Amarillo, Flagstaff, California. And if you head back that direction, you'll find a whole lot of nothing all the way to Canada.
I got it.
All right, then. Good luck, cowboy.
Thank you.
Now before we get to the end of the ending, we need to go way back to the beginning of the movie. Here we see the same crossroads and the same ranch with the package being picked up to be delivered to Russia. The woman who lives at the ranch, Bettina, is sending it to her husband Dick. Around her ranch we can see many of her signature Angel Wings creations, and she's even welding a new one in the barn when the package is picked up by FedEx. We see the package arrive in Russia and hand it to Dick, who doesn't seem to be enthused with a parcel from his wife, no doubt returning it unopened. The big question is what the hell was in the package? The director Robert Zemeckis has joked that it was in fact a waterproof, solar-powered satellite phone. In reality though, the answer remains unrevealed, and it ultimately doesn't matter. The story is Chuck holding on to something that gave him the strength to push on, to survive, and to hold on to the unlikely dream that he could one day return it. The angel wings can also easily be seen as a symbol of the package itself being Chuck's guardian angel of sorts, and his hope for a miracle. As he wrote in his note, it saved his life. The contents are entirely irrelevant and could have easily served to turn the ending of the film into a joke. No matter what was inside, it wouldn't have made much of a difference. But you still want to know, right? Because I can tell you, oh yes, you see in the third draft of the script, on the 1000th day of Chuck being on the island, he decides to open the package. Inside he finds a note and 2 bottles of salsa verde. He reads the note aloud. You said our life was a prison. Dull, boring, empty. I can't begin to tell you how much that hurt. I don't want to lose you. I'm enclosing some salsa, the verde you like. Use it on your sticky rice and think of home. Then come home, to me. We'll find the spice in our lives again, together. I love you, always, Bettina. Visibly moved, Chuck puts down the letter. He never got it. After this, Chuck puts the bottles back into the package along with the note and continues carrying it with him. It doesn't make much of a difference. At the beginning of the film, the arch over the ranch has both Bettina and Dick's name over it. At the end of the film, Dick's name has been removed, so clearly the marriage wasn't saved. So when Chuck sees the angel wings on the back of the truck, he realizes who Bettina is, and that she inadvertently helped him to survive in some way. They're 2 characters who have lost their partners in very different circumstances and find themselves through fate at the same crossroads at the end of the film, though Chuck's future is much more uncertain. In the final moment he walks out and looks down each road, eventually turning his gaze back to Bettina's car, back to his savior, and smiles ever so slightly. You can take it both ways, that he smiled and thought of going back to explain everything to Bettina in full, and maybe those 2 lost souls could have found something in each other. Or maybe just having seen who the mysterious sender was after all these years was enough for Chuck. It was closure, it was enough for him to move on with his life. Here's what Tom Hanks had to say about the final scene of the film. Somehow at the end of the movie, you can stand on the crossroads and it's going to be okay. It's going to be alright, as long as you keep breathing and have a certain kind of perspective and proportion to your life. So there you have it. It's a simple yet powerful movie with a simple yet powerful ending. We've all been in places in our lives where the future seems wildly uncertain, and Chuck has been through more than most, but I like that quote from Hanks and think it can apply to a lot of people who feel lost in life. It's going to be alright, as long as you keep breathing. I've been Luke Ryan for JoBlo.com, thank you for watching and we'll see you next time on Movie Endings Explained.